That's right. And we figured since we're gonna draw Santa stuck in the chimney, we might as well do our intro by the fireplace, right? Santa, is Santa gonna come down this chimney?
Maybe.
Is he gonna come down the chimney? All right, guys, you ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, break. All right, so we're gonna get started on Santa Claus stuck in the chimney. You guys ready?
Yeah.
All right, the very first thing we're gonna wanna do is draw a line like about an inch up your paper, in the middle of your paper, a couple inches wide.
3 inches.
Okay, then what we're gonna do is we're gonna come up and we're gonna make a rectangle. And you wanna just go a couple inches high.
Or a square.
It could be a square.
It could be a rectangle. Actually, it's
Mine is very close to a square. I think it's just barely a rectangle.
Yeah.
It's a little taller than it is wide. Good job, everyone. Now what we're gonna do is we're going to place, there's a stone that goes on top of this chimney. It's a big giant stone. So we're just gonna come out a little wider than the actual front of the chimney with some lines that come out. Just like a centimeter, not even. And then we're gonna do some up lines. Again, like a centimeter-ish. What we're gonna do is we're gonna draw this line that goes back. This line here that goes back. This is the roof line though, so it's not gonna follow the same trajectory as like if we were drawing a cube or something and we just wanted to show like how the cube goes back. This one's gonna be at a sharper angle because this is the roof line, so it's gonna come at a steeper angle like that.
Are they a bit taller then?
And I may have I think I drew my line a little too long, so I'm gonna have to fix that in a minute. But next I'll do this top line going back, and this is gonna have more of a common looking line going back. It's gonna look like you're gonna do a cube, so it might be helpful to cover up what you did down here while drawing this line, because you don't want that line to influence how you're drawing this line. Good job, that's good. You can maybe just straighten that part out at the very end and you're good. Remember, we're gonna go over it with Sharpie.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll at the end.
Yeah. So now I'm gonna go up. This line goes straight up and down. Are you ready? This line goes straight up and down. All the way up to there.
And it's okay if it doesn't touch.
It's okay if it goes over because we actually want it to go over a little bit. I think mine might be a hair too long, but I'll adjust that. Maddie's is like perfect. Landon's is good too. Really good job. Okay, now you can do those up lines. So mine was a little bit too long, but I'm gonna do an up line just about as long as that line, maybe a little bit shorter.
Wait, and you don't want to do it together. Like they look like they go. Like look, you don't want to do it like.
Did I do something wrong? Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah. No, you don't want it to be directly above this line because that's not in actuality how it would look. So I'm just gonna adjust mine a little bit and make it a little bit more straight. Okay, so far so good, everybody?
Yep.
Now, one of the reasons why we're using pencil today is for this next step. Kind of reminds us of when we did our donuts. We put frosting on donuts. Well, we're not putting frosting on the chimney, but we're putting
snow
on the chimney.
It will be our third video of like needing pencil.
Yes. Sometimes you just need the pencil. You know what I mean? Okay. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna put some of the snow that's kind of up on the chimney and kind of running over. It's like not running over, but it's snow. You know, snow collects as it does on things, and it's collected on the chimney.
Yeah.
So we're gonna just do our little lines however we feel that they should be done. To illustrate, the snow is coming down over the edge of our chimney top. Good job, guys. Next, we're gonna illustrate how Santa, his belly is getting stuck. He can't quite get all the way down the chimney, and he's got his bag with him. His bag's not helping. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna come right over in this region here, and we're gonna make a curve that would represent like one side of his belly, and then we're gonna come up over on this side, and we're gonna make a curve that would represent the other side of his belly.
Yeah, and don't connect it to the snow because there's another step.
Exactly. Leave some space in between the snow. the next thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna add his belt. Santa's wearing a belt. So I think we would agree that maybe drawing the belt buckle first would be easier.
Yeah.
So let's draw the belt buckle right in here. Just a square
And a small square
with a
inside.
smaller square inside. That's all it is.
And then draw one.
Yep, and then you're gonna make your... The next step is to, finish the belt on both sides. So 2 lines coming out.
And make it smaller. Small. You want to make it smaller than the hitch. Inside.
Yeah, definitely smaller. You still want to make it like a good size. Okay, and we're gonna go over those with the Sharpie because I noticed this side's a little thicker than that other side, which is fine because we're gonna go over it with Sharpie. So it doesn't really matter.
Even the wiggly ones, like this wiggly one, it's gonna be like straight when I color over it. So.
Okay, now the next thing we want to do is we want to add the bottom frill of his jacket. It's like a puffy white type of material. So totally don't need to worry about getting it perfect. It's fluffy, you know? Comes out, fluffs out a little bit on both sides. Again,
Wait,
we're
are
gonna...
you supposed to do the bottom before you do the top?
Doesn't matter.
Is that
Do
good?
whatever order you want to do. Yeah, that's great. Excellent job, everyone. Now, for the pants. His red pants are going to be sticking out. And his legs are almost going to make like a V formation, right? So we're going to go up on each side with like a V. So now he's gonna have another like poof of white on his ankle. I don't really know what you call it. And he's gonna have that on both of his ankles above his boot.
Yeah.
Okay, then the interior part of the leg and the other leg. We want to try to make them the same size. You know, like with every drawing, mistakes get made. And mistakes are fine. So there you go. You make your line there. You make your line there. Maddie, you want to come across with the line in the middle? Good job, guys.
I made mine super long.
That's okay. And then we're gonna do the boots. Okay? So Santa Claus's boots. You're gonna pretend that there's a line that comes straight through the white puffy stuff, extends down, and that becomes his boot line.
Oh, the puffy stuff is supposed to go beyond the line?
Okay, there's one boot. We can draw a second boot here. Again, pretending that the line of the leg comes straight on down through to the boot. And then the challenge is to try to draw the boot the same size. Okay, a few more steps to go. Ready? So now we've got Santa. He's stuck in the chimney.
Now it's
We've
time
got
to
to do
the
a few.
bag.
We've got to do the bag, but we've also got to finish off the snow. So what should we do? How should we do this first? I guess
Oh, I forgot.
what I'd like to do is kind of heat the snow up a little bit, but just go a little ways. Don't touch his stomach.
Like that.
Just kind of heat it up a little bit. Yeah, good job. There you go. And then we're gonna do the same thing on the back side. Just kind of heat the snow up a little bit. This can go in and touch his belly.
Yeah.
And then on this side, we have to draw his bag. His bag is trying to fit down the chimney with him. So his bag's gonna come up. It's gonna meet that line. It's gonna dip back down a little bit, and it's gonna flare out to the side. And it's gonna be a big, circle-ish looking bag that basically goes all the way up to his boot. And you know Santa's bag is big, so it's gonna come through, and it's actually gonna
Touch both the
it's gonna
things.
touch just It's gonna touch just under there. Just under the fluffy thing on
the other side.
the other boot.
Yeah, because the sack is full of tools.
That's right. And we can make a few like bag lines, okay? So one would come from here.
Yeah,
kinda
like
go down.
wrinkles in the bag.
That's all it is. Wrinkles in the bag. And you can put them wherever you want. But I'm just gonna do like three wrinkles in the bag. And you can put however many you want.
I'm gonna put one. And like the other part of the bag is like coming out.
Well, if your bag is super big, it might even pop out the other side. I don't think mine is that big. Mine would kind of...
He already delivered like 48,000 toys.
Got a lot in there. He's got a lot in there still, though.
It's magic.
Okay, let's clean up the last part of the chimney, which is the snow that's right up against his belly as he's trying to jam himself in.
Yeah.
So you're gonna just, it's just like just a little snow line right there.
Like next to his belt.
Yep, right up next to his belt. Just a little wiggly line. All right, we have to do the house line, the top of the house. This is a straight horizontal line that goes through the chimney. Well, you know what? There is snow on the roof, so if it's not a perfectly straight line, it doesn't matter because there's snow on the roof. Okay, we got to do our brick lines. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Brick lines. We're gonna do like maybe 5 layers of brick in this chimney. So 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5. And then these ones, you're gonna wanna connect to the back of the chimney over here, but follow this line, not this line. This line's too steep because that's the roof line. This is the chimney line, which is what we want. So you're gonna follow that same angle. Or as close to it as you can.
Yeah, like basically branch off. Like branch off from here.
Exactly. And then just pull it straight back. Okay, let's do brick lines, okay? So we're gonna do like a full brick. I think I'm set up. Full brick. And then another full brick. And then there'll be just a little tiny brick on the end.
Just a tiny.
It is a tiny pencil. Do this. Put one right here, one right here, and one right there.
So basically kind of in the middle? Not in the middle.
Not quite. A little to the left side.
Like this side? Wait.
Yeah. Left.
This side.
Yeah. Perfect job.
Over here.
Yep. Good. Yeah, that'll work. And then now we do a line here. So now the little tiny brick's on this side. And then we split that in half. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
Good job, guys.
So there's a pattern and one of your lines always has to go in the middle of one of them.
That's right. So here, we'll follow that same pattern. You're gonna draw your 2 lines and then that line right there is in the middle. And this line's in the middle of these. And just keep going all the way to the bottom with your pattern, okay? That's a nice brick pattern, everyone. Good job. So now, one thing to remember on the side is these lines will always be straight up and down. Don't put them on an angle. They're always gonna be straight up and down, okay?
Alright.
So the same thing here. We'll have a little part of the brick on this end, and then you'll put another brick line there. And then you keep that pattern going. Now we need a moon. We need a moon right over here, which is just gonna be like sticking out in the corner of the page. So there's our moon.
Mine's kind of I think mine's too small.
You can make it bigger anytime you want. Okay? And then what we're gonna do in the background is just put a couple stars.
Yeah.
Like, I think maybe 3 or 4 stars in the background.
Yeah, not like 80.
And we'll just use this technique where it's horizontal line across, diagonal line down, diagonal back up to the middle of this horizontal line.
But when you cover it with Sharpie, do not do it. Like, do not.
Yeah, he's making a good point. When we get to the part where we trace this with Sharpie, we're actually just going to trace the outside edge, kind of like we did in the tank video, and then we'll erase the interior. Okay? And you can make your stars bigger or smaller. They don't all have to be the same size, because we know that stars in the sky are not
The same size.
the same size. Sharpie time,
Sharpie
everybody.
time.
Okay. Okay, let's call it good.
3, 2, 1, conclusion.
I like it. You guys ready to reveal? 1, 2, 3. Good job. Santa stuck in a chimney. We thought we did a pretty good job with it. Hope you guys liked it. If they did, what should they do?
Hammer that button and subscribe to our channel and hit the bell.
That's right. And until next time,
Yeah.
bye.